Okay, hello and welcome to the weekly Inside Real Estate Success webinar for third-party apps and add-ons. So in case this is your first time here, what we do is we generally have some basic sessions for KV Core, Conversion Plus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then here in the middle, we do a nice little add-on, usually featuring something from the KV Core Marketplace or the Conversion Plus Marketplace. Now, what we're going to do today is we have API Nation. We have Michael Davidovich. Michael, are you the founder? You're the founder of API Nation.
That's correct.
Yeah. So Michael is going to walk us through the new API Nation that is available in the KV Core Marketplace. And I'll note that if anybody here is on Conversion Plus, we have just dropped the PySig integration over on that side for you guys, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow at 2 with Annalisa. But for today, we're going to focus on API Nation. And first thing I want to start with is, what is API Nation and when would you use it? I'm going to just kind of explain it in my way, and then I'm going to let Michael take over and explain it probably in a better way. As far as I understand it, API Nation is a way to bridge KV Core to third-party apps, either to send leads into KV Core or to send leads out. So if you're familiar with something like Zapier.com, API Nation is going to give you a faster, easier way to do this than Zapier, with less technical fuss, and in a lot of cases, in a lot of ways, probably less expense. How did I do, Michael?
You did very well. Good job, Brian. So, and you kind of hit the nail on the head there. What the big difference between us and some of the other applications is that we're building our product without a requirement of someone being a technologist, right? So we're focused specifically on the real estate industry, on the agents, brokers, and simplifying things where when they need to connect some things together, it should just be a couple of clicks, not a 20-minute exercise in software engineering.
Yeah, and that you're hitting something near and dear to my heart, because I've spent a lot of years dealing with Zapier and KV Core and conversion users in Zapier, and it can be really technical and it can be very frustrating. So when I saw specifically the Facebook ads bridge that you guys built about a week or two ago, I was really excited because it really was point and click simple. Can we talk about the pricing now? I know, is this Facebook, I know if you go to Zapier and you try to bridge a Facebook lead ad over to KV Core, you're gonna have to pay for 20 or 25 bucks a month to get that. With you guys, it's free to do a Facebook bridge. Is that permanently free or like a special?
Our plan is to make it permanently free for all the KV Core users. So if you're on the KV Core platform and you're running Facebook leads ads, you're welcome to use the Facebook integration at no cost.
Okay, so I think a few people listening right now who are actually using Facebook lead ads are getting pretty excited, and I might want to take just a second to explain to somebody what a Facebook lead ad is. It's basically where inside of Facebook a form pops up and you register, and we've done a lot of training on this in the learning portal and the Facebook ads course and otherwise. And for my money, this is probably the most efficient way to get an accurate name, email, and phone number into the KV Core system, is to run a Facebook lead ad and bridge it to KV Core with what used to be Zapier that we recommended, but now I wholeheartedly say this is going to be way easier and free. So should we jump in, Michael, and just kind of walk through, and you'll guide me through setting up a Facebook ads bridge?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Okay, cool. So where we're going to find this is we're going to go into the Marketplace tab in KV Core. And we're going to scroll down. Here's our API Nation. Now, just full disclosure, everybody, I'm doing this out of our admin account, so hopefully nothing goes wrong. If something does, I'll hand it over to Michael. But I'm going to go ahead and click Get This. Get a little explanation here. I'm going to click Add to KV Core. And then at this point, am I choosing the app that I want to use, Michael?
That's correct. So what you're seeing is the few pre-selected apps, and these apps are available for you to choose from.
So I can pick the Facebook?
Yep.
So KV Core plus Facebook lead ads, free for KV Core customers, automatically pass leads in, seamless thinking. So this is where I'm going to get in trouble. And I know why. It's because I usually log in from a kind of back end way. 1 second, guys. Okay. This is one that I didn't expect to happen. Not knowing my password.
Ryan, if you need to, I just sent you my credentials via Slack.
That would help. Now, Michael, would it matter if I used hers, but I'm logged into my account just for demo purposes?
It does not matter. Whatever account,
Okay,
whatever
cool.
credentials you use, this is to create a connection to a KV Core account.
All right. Sorry for the hiccup, everybody.
Yeah, so when you think about it, like you're running ads on lead ads on Facebook, so you need to get them instantly into your KV Core platform, so you can follow up right away, so you can create and whatever process you're following, so that can be kicked off. So what this is about is creating that connection, that link between here's your Facebook ad, and as soon as somebody hits submit on that Facebook lead ad, something in KV Core needs to happen. And this is, so whichever account you're connecting to, that's the account where those leads basically end up.
Great. So I was able to get in thanks to Annalisa saving the day yet again. I logged in with hers. So I've got the KV Core authorized, and now I'm going to connect to Facebook. I did prepare ahead of time and make sure that I was logged into Facebook. So hopefully this will work right. Let's see here. That seems to have worked well. And then the next step here is I'm going to connect my Facebook business page that my lead form is connected to for my Facebook ads. And if you guys are watching now and it's a little abstract, I don't want to go into the Facebook ads dashboard and dig in. But if you want to just go into our Facebook ads course or Google what a Facebook lead ad is, you'll see quick examples of that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my Opportunity Knocks page, which is what I use for demos here, and I'll pick one of the lead ads in here. So let's do this waterfront land one. I'll click save. And then this part right here is probably, it's very easy, but probably the trickiest part of the whole thing, right, Michael? We need to map over the fields into from Facebook ads to KV Core.
That's true, but also let me point something out while you're on this page. So what happened when you selected the page and you selected the form? Obviously, every customer, every agent broker out there is going to design their own form with their own fields on it, right? Whatever they're going to be asking for, names, phone numbers, emails, etc. So what happens the moment you did that and you hit save? The page below that mapping section got refreshed and it pulled in all the fields on the left-hand side that you had on your form. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see that on the left-hand side, we have on this form that you selected, you had a field name, first name, you had a field name, last name, you had a email, you had a phone number, and so forth. And anywhere the system can find a matching field in KV Core, it automatically matches it for you. So see how it matched up first name to first name, last name to last name, email to email, that's all done. Where it didn't make a match is between, you had a field on your, on there called phone space number, right? If the next, if somebody out there has a field named phone, it would have been automatically matched to phone. Or in this case, you have multiple phone fields on the right-hand side. You got the phone, cell phone, home phone, work phone. So it's kind of looking for you some guidance here. Where is this information need to go? Are you collecting, does it need to go into the phone, home phone, cell phone? So you click the field on one side, and now it's blinking some fields on the right, waiting for you to say which one. You can also drag and drop, by the way.
Okay, so if I left click here, it'll give me the checkbox and turn green.
Correct. And if you did it wrong, just hit that little X button and between the fields, and it will unmap it, and then you can redo it to a different field.
Cool. So very, very cool. I would like to now also bring something up that I found in my own testing and just mention hashtags, right? Because a lot of times we may want to push a hashtag in off of this lead. Is that's something via custom fields, I think?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So if I want to say this one would be, it was waterfront. Say I want to do I'm going to call it hashtag. Hopefully I'm getting this right. And then I would do pound waterfront. And I would add this custom field. I kind of gave it a value. And now the way to do a hashtag is to push this into the notes, like so. And guys, I should mention that all of what Michael and I are doing right now is explained kind of step by step inside of the learning portal, which is always down at the bottom left of the dashboard where you see my mouse right now. There's an API Nation course. If we're going too fast or whatever, you can always go back and revisit the content there or watch this replay. So great. So we've mapped our fields. I'm going to go ahead and save this. I did notice this, Michael. We can log this.
You're done at this point. You can just hit start at the top.
Yep,
See that
and then I
little
can
start button. That's it.
And then I can hit run now. It'll probably grab whatever last lead came in here, Annalise. So hopefully I have no automations because I haven't used this field in like a year. And whatever the last lead I got is going to get whatever automations you have running. But let's just do it. So
yeah, and then you can scroll up and hit the logs and see what happened.
There is a question. Someone's saying, hey, is the match case sensitive for the fields?
The system is going to try to make the matches for you, but they're not set in stone. You can change them. So if we didn't figure it out, if you had some field and then that just we couldn't make a match on for you automatically, then you can just hit the X button and change it. But the matching of the fields is not case sensitive.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then, as Michael said, once you hit run.
Yeah, now the sync is running. So it's basically what that really means is it's listening, right? That's what it means. It's listening for new leads to be coming in, and what it doesn't sound like you have leads that are kind of shooting over right at the moment. But whenever that form gets submitted, so if you have a lead that comes in the next few minutes, you'll see that workflow fire right away, because it's an active kind of listen mode, right? If you want to stop it from listening, you can hit the pause button and it will stop it, right? So now if you hit that, if you do that, that stops, right? The workflow is not listening. It's not going to process any leads. But if you hit start again, then now we're listening again. So anytime that form is submitted on Facebook, it instantly makes its way into KV Core.
Excellent. So yeah, this form isn't live with a live ad right now, but the way to test this for anybody who's doing it at home would be to just go submit yourself as a lead into your form after you do this, or send the ad link to a friend and ask them to do it, and you should see it work there for testing purposes. So cool. So that was as easy as it is. Now, anybody who's done Zapier knows you have to go to Zapier, you have to buy the account, you got to go figure out what the fields are, you got to bridge them all over, you got to get a test lead, right? It's about 20 steps. And what we just did here was very kind of intuitive. Like I said, the hardest part was just knowing that you need to click the left side and the right side on the mapping. No big deal. And we are good to go with the Facebook ads bridge. But you guys do, Michael, a lot of other bridges, right? And I thought it might be fun for us to maybe explore what the other common bridges might be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I hit the add to KV Core again, I think right here, and maybe we should stop now. Are there any other questions? What does everybody think of this? It could be that a lot of people watching today haven't done this yet. And if you haven't, I will say that a Facebook lead ad, like I said, I think is the most efficient way to get accurate contact data into your KV Core account at the most efficient cost per lead. And the big hurdle before was Zapier, and that hurdle is gone now. So this is pretty exciting. Jay's asking, do we have to do one for every ad? You are going to need to do this for every every lead ad that you create. So I have an app for that.
There's a good reason for that. Yeah, because we see the real estate agents and broker experiment, right? So they might be running A/B testing or several lead ads that have different fields on them, right? You may be asking just a name and the phone number, on another one you're asking for name, email, and the address and additional information. You're comparing how the leads are performing. So this is the reason why you kind of have to set this up for every lead form, because your fields are going to be different and you can put them in the different places inside KV Core. Does that make sense?
It sure does. And I just want to share the little hack for Michael. You're not aware of this, but about a week ago, I posted an example of a universal thank you page, a bridge page that had a welcome video. And one of the hacks I like to use is I use the same lead form for all of my for all of my ads, right? But then I send an email. I show a video like this after the lead form is submitted, and it basically says, check your email. Hey, what's up? It's me. Check your email for what you requested. And then in that email that you send, this is a hack, but in that email you say, hey, thanks for requesting the stuff. Your stuff is down below, and you might have 4 or 5 bullet points in that email right there. So just a little hack right there. And Michael, that brings up the next thing that I was saying about different options. Do you guys happen to bridge with Gmail, or is there a place I can go to see a list of the things you bridge with?
So currently we bridge with several hundred applications that are used by realtors, but we're fine tuning this process for easy connection for the KV Core customers. So that's why on this particular page, you only see the 5 that have been vetted, fine tuned, optimized specifically for the KV Core customers to have this experience of 1, 2, 3, and you're done. Right. What we don't, the last thing we want to do is, take the customer into this mass of here's hundreds of applications, try to, go figure it out, because then we're just no better than anybody else.
Gotcha. Now I
So
will point out
I'm sorry. Yeah, what you can expect is over the next weeks, we'll be continually adding our entire library of applications into this page. So if you're looking at this recording, a month from now, you may see a dozen additional apps. So don't be alarmed that right now it's only 5.
Got it. Yeah, I was going to point out, we do have a good question. So does ABI create an ad for Facebook? It actually doesn't create the ad. It listens for submissions to the ad, Michael. So, yeah, that's what it does. Danny's asked another great question. I run single property squeeze ads on Facebook. Are you able to push the lead in from KV Core to Mojo Dialer, specifically #info? Do you guys have plans to integrate with Mojo?
Yeah, Mojo is already integrated with API Nation, and we do have plans to add it to the KV Core list of apps.
Great. Tom, I don't think LinkedIn is that's a good question. I know LinkedIn has lead forms. That's a great question, Tom. I'm curious myself. Are you guys looking at LinkedIn lead ad forms as a bridge?
The LinkedIn lead ad forms haven't been very popular in the real estate space, and so they're just to be honest, right? They're on our radar for sure, but they're a little further down in terms of priority list. What's a little higher on the priority list is gathering your leads from your LinkedIn followers and connections and people that respond to your posts. Same thing for Twitter, same thing for Instagram. So these social channels, what we see the real estate folks use out there is, they're pushing out content, they're getting reactions from the customers and from the audience, and they want that audience captured inside the KV Core platform. So that's a little higher on our priority list. But if the LinkedIn forums begin getting wider adoption, then we'll definitely move that up and knock that off first.
Great. I do notice some big ones here. We get a lot of requests for BombBomb. We get a good amount of requests for Constant Contact and MailChimp. I know, to me, the Constant Contact's an interesting one, because I know that you can make some really nice, it's pretty easy to build newsletters and some nice looking stuff there, as well as BombBomb, where you can do video. So as it stands right now, if you want to push your leads out into these third-party softwares, you can do it today, right? So you can go, I can click BombBomb, plug in my username, and do pretty much the same thing, and it'll look very similar where I map my fields into BombBomb. So for those of you guys, Michael, we get it all the time. When will you integrate with BombBomb? I would argue that it's here. It just takes about, 30 seconds to set it up. So that's that. I also noticed you had Google Sheets. That's a little bit more of a geeky one, but is that a push out or a push in?
It's a push out.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you wanted to back
It's
up your
great
leads,
for people that want to do reporting or get a list out, or maybe they're using some internal system that that they need it's like an Excel spreadsheet type of information, or that people are in love with Excel reports and things like that. So that's why we added that, because it's such an easy thing to do. You connect the Google Sheet, and then that Google Sheet stays up to date with whatever criteria you selected in KV Core.
gotcha. So Michael, just so you know, maybe you want to tell your team, we've had 2 people in the comments say that they're getting a connection is not private error. And it's probably just something small. We did just drop this in Marketplace, guys. But can people go to API Nation and use support there to report this stuff? What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. support@apination.com is the email address, and we also have a phone number on our site. You can call and talk to somebody, and we'll help you out. Thanks for pointing it out. I'll let as soon as we're done with the webinar, I'll walk over to our support team and see what's going on.
Great. Another question: if we are linked with Constant Contact with this, and someone unsubscribes, so this is a good question. Somebody unsubscribes from Constant Contact, will they also be unsubscribed from KV Core? And I think the answer is no, right?
Yeah.
You may want to go ahead and unsubscribe them from KV Core at that point.
Yeah.
Yep. Does it work for the Facebook ads created from scratch using Facebook Ads Manager, or only for ads that have been to be created within KV Core? So yeah, Natasha, these are for ads that you create yourself within the Facebook Ads Manager. That's what they work for. There's no KV Core templates per se that you're using to create ads. This process, I will mention, is the similar process to what we use for our Facebook Buyer Ads program and our Property Boost product. And what we're kind of talking about here is a way for you to do it yourself. What happens with those 2 products, which is kind of a popular option for a lot of users. So I hope that answers the question. Michael, was there anything else?
Sorry.
Go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Well, there was a question about QuickBooks through API. Does anyone use the QuickBooks via API Nation?
Yeah, again, we support hundreds, probably thousands at this point, QuickBooks customers. QuickBooks integrations are mostly for automatically inserting financial data. Mm-hmm. So I know that Inside Real Estate has a product that's focused specifically on transaction management and financial product, and the integration with QuickBooks is available for that.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Michael, could somebody go straight to your site if they're a KV Core user and use any of the integrations here?
Yeah, absolutely. Click on the apps, and you can see the list of logos. And okay. And you can explore and browse around, and you could use the service this way. You can also reach out to our team, and we'll help you out if something is confusing. One thing I want to point out is that we obviously work with partners like you, because to create these experiences that match the experience inside KV Core. So we're trying to solve the problem for the majority of the real estate agent and brokers out there. So while, yeah, it is possible, you can go browse around and find an app and so forth, the best way to experience API Nation is to go to KV Core Marketplace, hit the API Nation button, because all of that has been fine-tuned specifically for the KV Core platform.
Got it. Got it. So I think there's 2 big things here, though. To me, the Facebook lead ads and the ability to either go out, send leads out to BombBomb or Constant Contact or MailChimp, that probably covers 90% of what people would use this for to begin with, right? And that's probably why you guys built this first.
Yeah, because if you are in what we see, right, the most important thing for the agents and brokers is staying in touch with the people that they get in contact with. They have to continue nurturing these leads. Both KV Core and MailChimp have free trial accounts and or limited accounts that you can easily sign up for. They're very popular, these systems, within the real estate community. You can log into Constant Contact, sign up for a free account, or MailChimp, sign up for a free account, create just a small automation, and all of a sudden every single lead from your KV Core is making its way into your mailing list. They're getting your drip campaign, they're getting the emails that you sequence that you've set up, and you're staying in front and in touch with these people. So that's why we put these apps first. BombBomb, fantastic video messaging app with drip campaign capabilities. Lots of people use it to record happy birthday videos, anniversaries, holidays, staying in touch. This automation lets you connect your KV Core account to BombBomb, and all of your automations are running just kind of based on you working in the KV Core platform, and hopefully helping you make more sales.
Yeah, excellent. So we're getting questions. Do you set up KV Core first, or do you set up lead ads? So let me be clear, and maybe it would help if I did a really quick rough demo to show you the flow. But the flow is that you do set up a Facebook lead ad first. It needs to exist before you do the API Nation Facebook setup. Daniel, constant contact is free through KV Core. No, sorry, Zuzelle, it's not. But as Michael just said, you can go over to Constant Contact and get their free trial account, as well as MailChimp, and I don't know, maybe BombBomb too. So, we hear this a lot, and I think it's good sound practice. I'm not saying that there's a problem with having leads going into KV Core, but it's your database is your livelihood. So to me, it kind of makes sense to go, and even if you're not going to be sending emails from a Constant Contact or a BombBomb, it makes sense to push those leads out into those systems, so that you have kind of a backup of your database, and so that you can use some of the features they have that we might not. So yeah, I would kind of do it. I would almost recommend that everybody do that, just as a best practice. Yeah, so let's look at, I'm going to run through just to give everybody context, and maybe it's my bad for not starting here, but let's just run through really quickly the creation of a Facebook lead ad. Is that all right, Michael? Just to, I don't want to bore you, but we'll just show everybody what that looks like here. And feel free to keep asking questions. We'll have Michael for a little while.
Yeah, no worries. And I think it's a great idea if you're able to show kind of what that actually looks like.
Yep. So a lot of times when I use Facebook Ads Manager on these webinars, the audio can go a little in and out. So excuse any audio issues. They'll come up on the replay. What I do is I go into my Facebook Ads dashboard, I click Create. And then the objective that we're kind of talking about here is this lead generation, right kind of down here. This is kind of the magic secret sauce that a lot of agents who are generating, say, 100 leads a day, you hear them out there. A lot of them are using this specific feature with Facebook ads. So lead generation demo. Uh-oh, set up ad account. Okay, good. I thought they were going to ask me for the card. This is my demo Facebook account, but they didn't. Okay, you're going to choose the Facebook page that you want to use. So that one is fine. And this is a good point. I'm glad it's coming up. You need to click this view terms the first time you run a lead ad, or Facebook won't let your ad go live. So you just need to accept their terms. I've spent a few minutes here and there. I always forget about that. I'm doing it for a new page, and it just drives me nuts. You have to go up there and click that. So if you're having troubles, it's probably the agreement there with the terms. Next thing you'll do is you'll just kind of run through the normal targeting stuff. I'm just going to skip this gobbledygook. We have that Facebook ads course in the learning portal. I'll teach you about what all these little things mean. But what I'd like to get to is just the creation of the lead ad form right down here. It says instant form. I'm going to go new form. And usually what I do is I turn off this intro, and then I go to questions, and I'll do instantly access the list now. Usually you're advertising a property list, or instantly access the property info now, especially general property info now. And then you are then going to choose the fields in the questions. It's taking a minute to load because I'm on the webinar and it's a little bogged down. There we go. And you can ask for a phone number. You can do multiple choice questions. You can ask for their street address. Just as a best practice, I recommend staying away from asking additional questions until you're pretty good at this. When you make people stop to think and answer questions, it'll suppress response and increase your cost per lead. But in a lot of cases, you can get people to submit a full name, email, and phone pretty efficiently, and they don't have to do anything on their end. So they'll just kind of continue when the form pops up and go to the next question. And that's kind of what we're going for here. So full name, email, phone. You're going to need to put your privacy policy right here. This is going to be my brother's site here. It's going to be your domain and then /privacy.php. That's your privacy URL. And you can always find that link at the very bottom of your KV Core website. And then the thank you screen right here. Great. Click to continue. You can say whatever you want. And then view website. And this is where you would put the link. So I would go here and copy my bridge page, which basically tells people to continue. Click to continue, continue, like so. And then at that point, I've built my lead ad. And once this is built and my ad is live, I'm not sure the ad even needs to be live, Michael, but once this is built, I can then go into where we started today, into the API Nation bridge, and find this particular form. It's called Untitled Form, and tie it to KV Core.
Yeah, that's correct, Ryan. The ad does not have to be live. It doesn't have to be running. It just has to exist.
Yeah. So guys, we have some audio reports of audio issues. I'm well aware of those. They happen when whenever I go into Facebook ads and I'm in GoToWebinar for whatever reason. It's like a curse. It's like a bug. So apologies for that. We had a request for the Facebook lead ads webinar. I have a recording of one, as well as some other stuff in the learning portal course on Facebook ads, but I can also drop you the one that I did last year that shows you step-by-step how to do lead ads. So I'm dropping you that now, but the caveat I'll give you is that you're gonna wanna ignore the part at the end of that webinar about using Zapier and stop there and then go use API Nation, because you're gonna save the money at Zapier and it's gonna be a lot easier to do. So maybe we'll follow this up with a second webinar, or I'll do some new videos in the course that show step-by-step how to create a lead ad with API Nation, and we'll make sure that content makes it into the Facebook groups and is put into the course. So I hope that helps some people though. Is that looking good, guys? You guys are all kind of understanding what we're talking about here with the Facebook lead ad side of things?
I haven't seen any new questions come through, but myself, I am ecstatic because this is going to make it so much easier for people to jump in and embrace DIY advertising, I think. So it's really exciting. And I tried to note everything you talked to.
Yeah, good. Yeah, this is always the Zapier thing has always been a big technical hurdle, and it's kind of, I kind of cringe every time I try to explain it to somebody. So now this kind of opens the floodgates for the DIYers, makes it way easy to do. So Michael, we appreciate that this is free. I should say a thank you to you. This is really cool that you guys are willing to do that on the Facebook side.
Happy to do it. We're our main focus is to support the real estate community. So we know this is helpful. It helps you guys sell homes. So we're happy to offer it up for free.
Great. So unless, Michael, did you have anything else you wanted to add that maybe we haven't covered yet? Here's your chance to pitch API Nation to everybody.
Well, what I want to say is that if you're looking at something and you trying this out and you have questions, we have a customer service team that's here in San Diego. We are in the office, answer phones, and we'll walk you through it and help you out. There's no charge for that. So either email us or give us a call, and we'll take good care of you.
Yep. And Jay just asked about a thanks.io integration. I know I owe you guys a call back, but I guess we're going to have to get going with that too. So. That's doable, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. So Jay, we're definitely going to work on getting that done, and I definitely need to.
Thanks for reminding Ryan on getting that done.
Yeah, the only thing holding that's up is me and my flakiness. All right, and Thomas is asking where to get the replay. All of these replays are at insiderealestate.com/replays. And yeah, I don't know if there's not anything else we can kind of get going here. I'll wait a second or two more for more questions. But Michael, thanks again. We're all excited to work with you guys at API Nation, and I'm sure that as we do these add-ons and integration webinars in the future, that there's going to be opportunity maybe to have you on again for specific integrations as we get them going.
Yeah, love it.
Cool.
Sounds great.
Cool.
This is,
well,
it's been awesome. Ryan, would you mind popping into that core learning portal and just showing them where to find those Facebook tutorials as well as the other API Nation course?
You got it. So I clicked on Learning Portal at the bottom left, kind of jumped me in here. We are working on a better UI, but if I go down, I go to all courses. It might be easier, probably easier to just go in and search API like that.
Yeah, like the top right.
Yeah. So type API, you'll have the API Nation course. You'll have the Thanks.io course there, I'll mention, and you'll have, and then if you type in Facebook, sorry, you'll have our courses on Facebook. So we have a retargeting course. This is the one I was referring to, generating and converting real estate leads with Facebook ads. And we've got, this is what I kind of need to revamp and redo some of now that we have the API Nation integration. But the basics are all in here. Under specific campaign examples, we have the niche focused Facebook ads tactics, how to create lead ad campaigns in Zapier, the leads in the KV Core, Conversion Plus. We're going to be swapping that out for API Nation. And you guys can have, there's a lot of different examples of specific ads that work. For example, this fixer upper lead ad example, if you want a lot of leads fast, accurate name, email, cell number of people in your market who are kind of thinking about real estate, I would tie this example, this fixer upper lead ad example, together with API Nation and call it a day, and spend as much money as you can afford to build your database. But yeah, that's where it is. And Lisa, you've put all these replays in here as well. I almost forgot.
Yes. So if users are seeking, like say you missed a webinar, you know, we do email it out. We'll drop it into the Facebook discussion group. We will push it out via intercom chat when you get the messages from us. But we also have these new webinar tiles where I'm dropping in these webinars every week, of which we complete. So you can come back, and I have all of these up to date, year to date right now.
Great. Okay. Well, Annalisa, thank you as usual. You bailed me out there with that login info.
I'm here for you, caller.
Okay. And Michael, it was a pleasure to have you on. I'm sure we'll be talking a lot in the coming weeks and months. And I expect that the API Nation tool will be something that we hear a lot of users talking about in the Facebook groups and around and telling each other about, because it really shortcuts a big sort of issue a lot of us have.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Thank you, guys. You've been great to work with. Love it. I'm looking forward to doing more.
Well, thanks everyone for being here. And I'm gonna head out. So have a good day.
See you later, everybody.